Hey there, tribe. It is your mom of 3 in NYC, and I am back with another video. Yay! If this is your first time on my channel, you are so welcome. My name is Taneza. I am the mother of 3 generous, my kids are so generous, kids living in the heart of New York City. I would love for you to join my YouTube channel, and all you have to do is to hit that button down below, the one that says subscribe. It sounds like it's loud out, but it's really just birds in the trees, and it's so beautiful, but it seems like there are a lot of them. So that's, if you hear background noise, that's what it is. I'm on an adventure this year, along with a few of my tribe members that I call my Bible scholars. And on this adventure, we are reading through the Bible. We would love, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. We would love to have you join us. Currently, we are smack dab in the middle of 1 Kings. Today's video will be a review of 1 Kings chapter 5 and 6. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. I will be reading out of the New International Version, but you don't even need a Bible if you don't have one. That's perfectly a-okay. Every verse that I read, I will make sure to put it on the screen for you, okay? Okay, let's get started. 1 Kings chapter 5. Chapter 5 was about preparations that were made to build the temple. And then in chapter 6, King Solomon actually builds said temple. I wanted to read for you guys. He's speaking to Hiram, king of Tyre. He was actually a friend of King David's. And so when he heard that King Solomon had been anointed, he sent envoys to him. And so Solomon sent a message back to Hiram. I wanted to read for you guys verses 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know that because of the wars waged against my father David from all sides, he could not build a temple for the name of the Lord his God until the Lord put his enemies under his feet. But now the Lord my God has given me rest on every side. There is no adversary or disaster. How beautiful is that? Rest on every side. I intend therefore to build a temple for the name of the Lord my God, as the Lord told my father David when he said, your son, whom I will put on the throne in your place, will build the temple for my name. So give the orders that cedars of Lebanon be cut for me. My men will work with yours. I will pay you for your men whatever wages you set. You know that we have no one so skilled in felling timbers as the Sidonians. Hiram agrees to Solomon's offer. He supplies Solomon with cedar and pine logs. King Solomon, in turn, provided the food for Hiram's royal household. King Solomon, the Bible says, sent 10,000 men per month to work in Lebanon. Verses 15 and 16. Solomon had 70,000 carriers, 80,000 stone cutters in the hills, as well as 3,300 foremen who supervised the project and directed the workmen. So I love how in this way, Solomon sought the best and he paid the best fair wages, the food he provided for the royal household. And again, he is fulfilling his destiny. Truly, King Solomon is fulfilling the destiny that God has for him. All right. And that's what chapter 5 says to me, Taneza, that God is faithful, you guys. God is faithful, and he does give us rest when we need it. Chapter 6. So during King Solomon, it's only king. During King Solomon's 4th year as king, he began to build the temple of the Lord. I wanted to read for you verses 12 and 13 first. 1 Kings. As for the temple, word of the Lord came to Solomon. Verse 12. As for this temple you are building, if you follow my decrees, carry out my regulations, and keep all my commands and obey them, I will fulfill through you the promise I gave to David your father. I will live among the Israelites and will not abandon my people Israel. And I mentioned this in the video last week that as a parent, we have to be careful because what we're known as, our character, our integrity will be passed on to our kids, but also the blessings as well. The fact that God made promises to his father and he is faithful and will stand with those promises. So just like God made promises to your fathers, your grandfathers, your great-grandmothers, he's faithful, and he may and can fulfill those promises made to your forefathers through you. I also wanted to read for you guys verses 21 and 22 of chapter 6. Solomon covered the inside of the temple with pure gold. He extended gold chains across the front of the inner sanctuary, which was overlaid with gold. So he overlaid the whole interior with gold. He also overlaid with gold the altar that belonged to the inner sanctuary. Inner sanctuary was made. Inside, he put a pair of cherubim that were made of olive wood. Each of the cherubim were 5 cubits long, and the other wing 5 cubits to 10 cubits from wingtip to wingtip. And 10 cubits is about 15 feet. So what this tells me, it goes through detail of the temple that King Solomon built for the Lord, a temple that his father David wanted to build but never got the chance to, is that God does everything with excellence. Everything was overlaid. So not use the finest materials, but everything was overlaid with pure gold. And it says in the Bible that he finished the temple in his 11th year. So it took him 7 years to build this temple. And like we read in chapter 5, he had 10,000 workers per month. And they did a rotation, a 3-month rotation. So 10,000 workers per month, taking 11 years, multiply that by 12 months. What do we get? Like 120 is 10, so 132. Wow. 132 months times 10,000 men. Wow. The labor that was put into this temple. But again, when I read chapter 6, I felt like I was just reading the excellence of God, the excellence of God, the excellence of God. When God does a thing, he does it excellently, the best, the best, the best. And that's what we should be giving God, our best, our best, our best. That, my friends, my Bible scholars, concludes today's review. Tomorrow, we will be reviewing 1 Kings chapters 7 and 8. As always, questions, comments, revelations, drop them down in the comment section below. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll see you in tomorrow's review. Bye for now.